Hello, kababayan, and hello, YouTubers. The time has cometh for me to be flying to the Philippines. So I'll be flying in, I'll say, about a couple of weeks from now. So I need to prepare myself. I'm a dual citizen. I just can't find my dual citizenship papers. I haven't been looking. One is because I'm lazy or I'm just too busy. I think it's a little bit of both. If I do find my papers, the dual citizenship papers, then I'll have less requirements to fulfill. But if I can't find my papers, then I'm gonna have to go home to the Philippines as a former Filipino. I don't like to use the word balikbayan because in the past the IATF have been using balikbayan with different requirements for each balikbayan. So if you're a dual citizen, former Filipino, or a Filipino, to them you're all balikbayan. But all of you guys will have a different requirements. So I don't like to use the word balikbayan. I rather say former Filipino because it's more specific. Because a former Filipino has a specific requirement to be able to enter the Philippines. So let me give you guys a little rundown what I'm going to do and what are the requirements. So first of all, the requirement is I need a COVID test. So because I need a COVID test before I can get on the plane, I'm gonna need actually, I'm gonna take a 48-hour RT-PCR test from CVS because it's free. I don't know if they're gonna be able to give me the results within 48 hours or sooner. I'm not sure because it depends on the load. One thing I know for sure is if I take the test before 11 a.m. or before noon exactly, I'll get my results the following day or the following early morning. But if I take the test afternoon, then is for sure I'll get it in. I'll get the result in more than 24 hours. So I want to take the 48-hour test, which is free, but I got to take a day off from my work. That's always causing me to spend my vacation hours. But I'll see what I can do. So I'm gonna take the 48-hour RT-PCR test from CVS, and I'm also gonna take the 24-hour antigen test. They're both free. They don't even ask for insurance. Last time I did it, they didn't ask for any insurance. So I'll take both of them. So either one, whatever comes up first, then that's the one I'll present to the authorities in boarding the plane. Um, if the result for my 24-hour RT-PCR, excuse me, if I don't get the result for my 48-hour RT-PCR test or the 24-hour antigen test, if I don't get them in time for me to board the plane, then I'm gonna have to go for Plan B. Plan B for me is to pay a place near in Los Angeles to get my fast RT-PCR test. I'm gonna have to pay. It's probably gonna cost me $120 or a little bit more. That's the price I pay for me to get in that plane to go to the Philippines. And of course, as a reminder to all of you guys, once you get your COVID test result, you must and you have to and you are required to fill out the One Health Pass. and get your QR code before you go to check in your luggages and before you get your boarding pass. Okay, so One Health Pass is very important. We have one person in our channel that didn't fill out the One Health Pass, and he was denied boarding his plane. So I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to anybody else. Now, from this point on, please take care of the One Health Pass. I thought everybody knew about that, and I thought it was worldwide. It's common knowledge, but I guess a few people don't get to hear about it. Well, I feel bad for that person, and hopefully he can reboard and go to the Philippines. All right, so I'm gonna have to get my valid U.S. passport, which I already have, and also my Philippine passport, which is expired. And then I also have to present my vaccine card to show them that I'm fully vaccinated. And last, this is not a requirement anymore. Ever since April 1st, 2022, former Filipino no longer have to bring a travel insurance. Okay, so you don't need travel insurance anymore. But I've heard from other, well, not a lot, a few people that is about to go to the Philippines, that some airlines require them to have travel insurance, even if they are former Filipinos. So I got mine a long time ago. I paid $25 for my travel insurance. So I'm going to take advantage and bring it anyway, just in case I get some kind of resistance from the person who is a gatekeeper. So I will fulfill whatever requirements they require me to bring or to present. And also, this is what I call an updated, not rumors, but this is what's going on in the Philippines. When you land in the Philippines in NAIA or one of the airports in the Philippines, they will look at your boarding pass and look at the date and time and compare your COVID test to see if you have complied. If you don't comply, or they see that you have discrepancies of the time of your COVID test and your boarding pass, then they will quarantine you. Normally it's 5 days for quarantine, but I've heard some people have to do 10, which I don't agree with a 10-day quarantine. But there you go, guys. The power is in the person's hand, whoever is in the Philippines, greeting you and requiring you to have all those requirements that he or she may think it's required. All right, let me do a recap here. I'm a dual citizen, but I can't find my papers. So I'm going to go home as a former Filipino. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 48-hour RT-PCR test and a 24-hour antigen test. They're both free. And if I don't get the result in time, then I will pay and get my RT-PCR test, the fast one, and get my result. And then as soon as I get my result, I will fill out my One Health Pass and get my QR code. Then, of course, before I board the plane, I must have a U.S. passport that is valid, and then present to them the Philippine passport to show them that I was a former Filipino. The passport does not have to be valid. The Philippine passport I'm referring to. Then I will also show them the vaccine card that to show them that I'm fully vaccinated. Then last, I will show them my travel insurance, which I paid $25 about 2 months ago. You don't have to have a travel insurance. You don't have to if you're a former Filipino. But I already have it and I will present it just in case we have a little bit of discrepancies. I have it and that should help me out. So once again, you're no longer required after April 1st, 2022, you're no longer required to have a travel insurance if you're a former Filipino. Okay, last, I will keep my boarding pass with me. So when I land in the Philippines, when they compare the dates and time with my COVID test and my boarding pass, there will be no discrepancies, and therefore they cannot force me to quarantine. All right, so there you go, guys. Grab yourself a piece of paper, jot down the notes and the list and everything that I mentioned. All right, so I'll keep you guys updated, and I will give you guys a an updated um, information. And when I do board the plane, I will give you guys, and I'll post everything. But for my safety, I will not post any information that would jeopardize my safety. Okay, if someone's waiting for me or whatever, I don't want to give them the right day, the right time. I'm gonna basically give them the wrong date, basically. But you still have the same right or correct information. All right, so I will do it live. I would record everything, give you guys the information you guys will need and the information that I got live. But I will post it on a different day so that I will feel safe. All right, kababayan and YouTubers, peace out. And I still love you guys.